We're talking today about Carlevaro technique and especially book number 3 about left hand. So who is Abel Carlevaro? Carlevaro was an Uruguayan great guitarist and teacher. He has been the teacher of so many amazing artists, among them Alvaro Pierri, Roberto Ausel, Eduardo Fernandez. Carlevaro has left us as heritage a book called Escuela de la Guitarra, School of the Guitar, and then 4 cuadernos didácticos, so 4 didactic notebooks. First one is about scales, second one is about right hand, and books 3 and 4 are about left hand. That shows a little bit emphasis on left hand techniques. The book number 3 in particular has a specific goal, which is to acquire orientation on the left hand. So to have fast, precise changes on the left hand and go really deep into that skill. So he invented a lot of exercises to gain that skill. So good news, it's a skill, so it can be learned. So that's the goal of all these exercises. According to Carlevaro, technique is a series of mental associations, and everything is about muscular control. We will go deeper into this, and all the next videos are going to be the key concept before going to the practice. So first, all the vocabulary and the basic concepts before getting into the exercise. One important key concept is fixation. Carlevaro invented that concept. It's about always going to the strong part of the body. The fingers are not strong, but the arm is, the shoulder is strong. Fixation means immobility of one or more articulation in order to use the stronger part or the stronger muscle. Practically, it can be fixation of 1 or 2 phalanges. For instance, here we use the finger as a whole and we fixate the 3 phalanges. That way we go to the hand. We can also fixate all the hand and we move till the wrist. So we go to the stronger. Or we can fixate everything, the wrist, the hand and the fingers, and we move the arm. We move like this. And we go even to the shoulder, using all of it. In theory, we consider every group of articulation as a block. What is very important when we use a fixation, there is never tension or rigidity. So as soon as we don't need it anymore, we stop it and we relax. It's a great way to avoid fatigue, using always the strongest elements in our body. It's about training fingers, but not only, we're going to train also wrist, arm, and shoulder. And Carlevaro recommends short periods of study and with a lot of focus and a lot of concentration, which is the only way to learn all these concepts. He calls it a digito-mechanical training. So really, it's not about repeating something again and again, but really going deeper into the understanding of what I'm doing with my finger, which muscle, which articulation, and trying to solve things and learn new movements and make them completely natural. So a very important key concept is the importance of the arm and the elbow. Let's do some preliminary exercise to sense the importance of both. So let's imagine a line between the fingers. We place each finger in a different fret, and we can observe our elbow. It is close to the body. If we place each finger in the same fret line, for instance like this, the elbow is going to go up, or if we do that way, go down or closer to the body. So we have really different position of the elbow and of the arm. So that would be one movement, but we can sense now another one. So if we choose to do this, keeping an arch really with here, and we try to keep the same position and go to the sixth string, up, and we try to do this movement with no help of the fingers. So this really stay quiet, fixated, and we use the arm to bring them up. So this time we have been doing this, if we do it exaggerated. So no effort at all in the fingers and just my arm helping me. This is a great way to sense the importance of both. They're going to be so useful to do the changes, to do jumps, and they become like a unit, and instead of letting the fingers work alone and by themselves. Another key concept, it's about noises with your left hand. So on the guitar, noises are a little bit everywhere, not on the treble, which is a good news, but on the bass. In a lot of changes and movement, we have noises. Carlevaro considers noises as accidents, so not all guitar schools considers them as accidents, and he explains, like with the help of studying and understanding what happens, that we can get rid of them, which is great news. So the theory behind it is the noise is provoked by the finger when the finger goes on the side. So sides, we get noise. The only way there is no noise in when we release finger perpendicularly to the string. So here there is no noise at all. So it looks like a simple idea, but in practice, we need to train to learn this new movement and add it to our changes. So it's not only moving and changing, we have to add this perpendicular release, then move to the next place, then press. So if we take the images of the castle, it's in the booklet. So we have one note, we release perpendicularly, we move towards the next note, we press down perpendicularly. We want to go to the next, we release perpendicularly, we move and we press. So we will train this skill in many exercises later, and step by step you will gain to merge all these three movements in one complex action. Another key concept is about three different ways to move around the fingerboard. So in Carlevaro vocabulary, it's very specific, and when we first read the book, it's kind of very dry and difficult. So just to make it easy, there are only three ways. The first one is called substitution. The second one is called displacement, and the last one, jump. So the first one, substitution, it's about having one fret and using different fingers in the same fret. So the common element here is the note. We are playing same G, but with different fingers. We will have later a set of exercises to train this skill, the substitution. The second way to move is called displacement. So here we are using the same finger and we go somewhere else with the same finger. So here the common element is a finger. Also, we will have different set of exercises to go further and to be really accurate into this kind of movement called displacement. The last one is jump. So here we go, there is nothing in common, not a note, not a finger. So we go from here to here. So nothing So nothing is in common, not the finger, not the note. We just jump. So in sum up, we have substitution, displacement, and jump. We're going to talk about improving your legato and moving fast, like Matrix. The speed of the movement is crucial in the Carlevaro technique. So it's not about moving with anticipation to the next goal, to the next position, but just on time, but very fast. And for this, he has built a full set of exercise. The main idea behind this is, and it's also written in the booklet, you can see. So if we take one note, and we want to go from this G to do G, to do a substitution, Let's say I subdivide this G in 4. I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So what I do the change on the next one, not before, not after. So that way I have the full length of the G. 2, 3, 4, 1. So there is no cut. We are playing legato. And what I have to do is being super fast, just in the change. There is another concept also behind this. It's what I call the starting block, exactly in athleticism. So we should imagine here we have a fictitious starting block, and we are really pressing our hand to the right. And from here, then we release, and the movement is going to be extremely fast. So it's not the same to go from nothing to fast, but if we are already in motion, it's going to be extremely fast. Then we can train to do it just imagining the starting block without doing it with the other hand and moving. It's a great way to get into this skill, and the speed is going to be explosive and incredible. Some last key concept before we begin the training and the exercises. The first one is Carlevaro is always advising to study slowly and then reach a faster tempo, but never losing the control of what you do. And it's a great advice to do short study session, but with a really great focus. So you can set a timer, use the Pomodoro technique. I can talk about that in the booklet, but really be into what you do. This is the only way to progress and to make some improvement in what you do. So we go step by step. It will take some time. Maybe some of the steps are going to be really tricky or more difficult, but keep the focus, and this will be like building a bigger construction. So really take time, and you will find after doing it every day and doing step by step that your technique, left hand technique, has improved. There is also something very important about tension and release of tension. It's very important. Whenever we are doing some muscular contraction, we need to attach it to muscular relaxation. Both of them are completely together. We need to, if you do only permanent contraction, you will never be able to play fast and with flexibility. So we need to have really always both. When I press, I release. Everything is doing and releasing. And the last concept is about position. Just a quick reminder, like normally what we call position in classical guitar is indicated by our first finger. So if I'm here, first finger in the first fret, this is the first position. If my first finger in the fifth fret, this is the fifth position, and so on. I'd like to add something which is mine. For sure, the position goes in function of the first finger, but also to the reach of your hand. So in first position, if I can reach the fifth fret with my fourth finger, for me this is first position still. So I don't need to do the changes to reach it. I can just stretch. Here, the same, because the guitar is getting smaller, so I can reach here or even more. And this is still the seventh position. So this is a small tip to add. So I wish you good luck in all these steps, and go for it.